All right then. Okay. So I want us to probably look into, possible analysis that we have for today in terms of, taking those trades and, what we might be looking to have, on US30, gold, and then Nasdaq. But we're gonna start with gold. So we had that nice move to the downside once gold created this high that you see here around 3,791. You had that nice correction to the downside, started building up momentum to the upside. Most of it happened on late Friday and then started to push up Monday, which is today, around the AMs in my time zone. So it started to push back up to the upside. So we had a nice clean breakout to the upside around, early in the morning hours before, I think 4 hours before London session. So gold broke above it and then started to push to the upside. So what you wanna see is it might continue to move up, but we wanna get also that nice clean correction for this week. You want to see it pulling back down, probably coming back to these levels because we know that from these levels we are bullish, even including this, this indication which happened from to the upside. This indication which happened to the upside. We know that anything above this, would be bullish. Anything above this level of support would be bullish. So we want to see a nice clean correction into these levels and then probably start picking up. We can even go to 15 minutes and 5 minutes just to get those nice clean entries probably above this level because I see these highs them getting closer to each other. So distance from this side to this side is much bigger than the distance from this side to this side. This one is muchly close to each other. You get what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna be looking at. Get that nice clean correction to these levels and then probably shoot up. But there's a chance that it might even not come back here. It might just come retest this level, probably start building from then shoot back up. So that is something also we would be on the lookout for. In terms of it happening. So we will be also be on the lookout for something like that. But we will be, putting an eye on it on gold, and see what can be done. But we also know that anything below this level of support will be bearish based on what's happening here. Price sold below this level. So if market decides also to decide to come back down and then break below, retest this level, we might be looking to take sales probably to this level also. So it might be even some of the things that might happen where you have, we have the chart creating that high, a low, a higher high, and then a low again, and then let me just start it again. A high, a low, a higher high, a low, back to this highs, and then a higher high, and then comes back to retest this high before it can start moving to the upside. You understand? So we might have this kind of a scenario also happening in here because these highs are much closer to each other, so it may just come and then retest these levels and then before you can start moving to the upside. And then we will see, but because we have those levels where we see price bouncing off of, those levels will be the ones that will help us be able to take those entries, whether to the downside or whether to the upside. But overall, we are bullish on the 4 hour and we also bullish on the 1 hour now with the indication that happened to the upside, right? So we would be looking to also taking those long positions. But once we break below levels where market can sell, it has shown indications that it can sell, like this indication this, the downside below this level of support where price has been bouncing off. We will be looking to take sales on that side also. So we would be looking to get that nice clean lower lows, 15 minutes or 5 minutes lower lows and lower highs, and then you take entries on the lower lows created, and then just above the lower highs under this level of support we can then look to take positions to the downside or aim to any of these lows that we have here, right? So this is for gold today, right? So we do have also US30. With the US30 also more of the same, but now we're very much bullish also, but we haven't broke this also this low that we have here. And I did mention on the other videos, if you haven't watched them, please go watch them. But we did mention that we haven't broken this low, this higher low that we have on a 4 hour. So once we can be able to break this low, then you can be start to look bearish. So USD was not bearish, it was bullish over long on the 4 hour, but it started to move to the upside, breaking this and then moving to the upside to create that higher high. Because this, as much as it was a high, we have it was much closer to this, and the price action here was more of a consolidation area. So we had this movement to the downside on the 1 hour, giving us a downtrend, but it was an overall correction back to this higher highs, that were created, back to these higher highs that were created. So it was corrected nicely, pushed to the upside, broke above, as you can see, given an indication, came back down, and then also started to push to the upside, as you can see now. So we would be also looking to get those nice clean entries above those levels, but we also know that below some of the levels we are bearish. Like for instance, below this level we will be looking for to get bearish. Also, below this level we also bearish, and also this indication that we had on the 1 hour on this side that we are bearish below these levels, and price can sell until this level. You understand? So we will be looking to also look at those things on a 15-minute or a 5-minute time frame. So we just have to wait it out, let everything play out. It's Monday, so there's gonna be and also this week we have NFP, so a lot of news are coming out this week. So we will be looking to, be very cautious when coming to this price action that you might be reading. But those levels where, price is just bouncing off, you want to mark off this level and see what price has done before, especially on a 1 hour, on a 4 hour, to see that, can price sell or buy above these levels. Also, as much as they've shown that it can sell below these levels, it can also buy above those levels. So you want to be in those kind of moments where you see, okay, I'm looking to take sales, or I'm looking to take buys due to these. But the overall, this on a 1 hour, we broke this lower high that was created, and also this lower high, but I wouldn't count this that much, but I will count this one because of the price action that it created. But overall we broke it on to the upside, and then price came back down, also giving this was an indication price corrected and then started to push to the upside. So we have that as an indication that prices also can be bullish, and probably once it breaks this highs, this lower high that you have here, price will go up and then come back to correct. So we'll be looking to actually be looking to buy once price goes up, comes back down to correct. We will look into buys anywhere from these areas, and then look to aim to the upside, probably even to this higher high that was created before price started to give us that nice clean correction to the downside. So that is something that we will be looking to. Even price can even correct back into the any of these levels, but we also know that, like I said, price can also buy as it can show. It is shown price can also buy, and also as it is shown before that it can also buy above those levels. So you remember we're gonna be using 15 minutes and 5 minutes to take those entries, right? Also moving on to Nasdaq. With Nasdaq, more of the same thing also happening on Nasdaq. We had price giving us those nice lower lows and lower highs, but now with Nasdaq, we were very much bearish, because now the 4 hour and the 1 hour was more the same. We had this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, and then a lower low. Now we broke below, so now we started to become bearish. This wasn't a correction on Nasdaq. This was a bearish market. Now we broke a lower high that was created, the previous lower high that was created. Now we are bullish. We started to be bullish. So we want to get that nice clean correction to the downside, like see market come to correct to the downside. Probably maybe even take some sales, because the market has shown us that below this level it can sell. You understand? Even below this level, with this indication, where we can even consider this as a correction before price start to shoot back down. So we want to be considering all of the options that we have on our side, but also price can come give us the same thing that we have here before it starts go up, and then we might be looking to take those buy position to the upside. But remember, in terms of taking those entries, you want to have a nice clean maybe break below a level of resistance, I mean a level of support, with a lower low, and give you a lower high, and then shoot to the downside. But your entry will definitely come from this lower high, this lower low that was created. Sorry about that. This lower low that was created. Same thing when the market is breaking above a level of of resistance before it shoots to the upside. You wanna have your entry here at the level of at the level of at your the higher high that was created. That's where you wanna enter, and then your higher low would be just below your higher low. This would be your stop loss. So it will look very much something like this, aiming to the downside. This is how you take your sales in your entries, and then this is how you take your longs also, just below your higher lows and your lower highs. So this is how your entries will all mostly come about when you're taking these entries. But yeah, today's Monday. There's not much to do. You just wanna see what price can do, and then see if we can be able to capitalize based on what has happened before. Right. Okay, I think that's it for today. Remember, there's a course that is coming. So, and also we're gonna be also be doing some videos besides the Zoom meetings. We're gonna be uploading some videos also. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much for attending, bro.
Awesome. That was awesome. Thank you very much for everything, and we'll chat to you later.
All right, buff.